Most business owners work hard every single year and somehow end up in the same exact place. I'm going to show you the one thing that they keep skipping that's costing them everything. You are stuck. And the scariest part, you might not even know it yet. Every week, you're putting in the hours, you're showing up, you're grinding it out, you're posting here, emailing there, jumping on calls, and still nothing is growing the way it should. The business is not scaling, the clients are not multiplying, and the business feels like it's running on a treadmill. Lots of motion and zero forward movement. And deep down inside, you started to wonder, is something wrong with my business or is something wrong with me? And the answer is neither. The problem is not your effort. The problem is inconsistency, and it's quietly killing your business every single day. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use consistency, not just as a habit, but as a growth system to scale your business without burning out, without starting over, and without needing some viral moment to finally break through. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the most successful entrepreneurs are not the most talented ones. They're simply the most consistent ones. And I'll give you a simple framework that you can start using right now. Number one, inconsistency is not a habit problem. It is a trust problem with your market. What if the reason that your audience is not buying has nothing to do with your offer? Think about your favorite restaurant. You don't go there just because the food is good. The food might be good, but that's not the only reason that you go there. That's not the only reason it's your favorite restaurant. You go there because every single time you walk in, you already know what you're going to eat. You already know what you're going to order, how you like it. You already know that. The food is going to taste the same. You already know that because it's your favorite restaurant. You know the food is going to taste the same. You already know that the experience is going to feel the same. If they have friendly wait staff, you know the experience is going to be the same. And so you trust it. And that trust is worth more than how good it tastes. That trust is worth more than any one great meal that you can get at another restaurant. Now think about business. When someone finds you online, whether it's in your emails or your videos or your social media, what are they experiencing? If they see a burst of content one week and then nothing for 3 weeks, they don't say, oh no, this person must be busy. But what they really say is, I don't know if I can trust this person. And when people can't count on you, they don't buy from you. The lesson is this: before anyone spends $1 with you, they have to trust you first. And trust is not built on one great post or one amazing video. Trust is built by showing up over and over again, exactly the way people expect you to. Consistency is not about working harder. It's about being reliable. And reliability is the foundation of every business that truly scales. All right, number two, the compounding effect of consistency works exactly like compound interest. And most people quit right before the payoff. There is a reason why the biggest creators and business owners all say the same thing when they talk about their breakthrough moment. They all say some version of this: nothing happened for a long time, and then everything happened all at once. If you ever notice, they all say the same thing. Doesn't matter what arena, doesn't matter the business, doesn't matter what they do, it doesn't matter the niche. They all say the same thing. It was slow in the beginning for years or however long, and some for even decades. And then all of a sudden, everything just took off. Everything happened exponentially. Now, when they say that, they are not being dramatic. That is literally how compounding works. In the beginning, the results feel invisible. You post, you email, you show up, and it feels like you are shouting into an empty room. And this is the phase where most people quit. They can't handle it. And that is exactly the wrong time to stop. Here's a simple way to think about it. Are you familiar with how a bamboo plant grows? Well, when you plant a bamboo plant, nothing seems to happen for the first 4 years. 4 years, nothing happens, or nothing looks like it's happening for 4 years. You water it, you care for it, and it looks like nothing is growing. But underground, it is building one of the strongest root systems in the world. And then in year 5, after 4 years of nothing, in year 5, the bamboo plant grows 90 feet in just 6 weeks. 90 feet in 6 weeks. That is not magic. That is the result of 4 years of consistent work that was invisible. And your business works the same way. Every email you send, every video you post, every piece of content that you put out there is adding to your root system. The audience you build, the trust you earn, the reputation that you grow, none of it disappears just because you can't see it, just because you don't see the results. The takeaway here is simple. The people who win are the ones who stay consistent long enough to let the compounding do the heavy lifting. Do not quit because you can't see the roots growing, because the roots are underground and they are growing even though you can't see it. Number 3, you don't need to do more things. You need to do fewer things with more consistency. The biggest lie in the business world right now is that scaling means adding more. More what? More everything. More funnels, more offers, more platforms, more strategies. And so business owners keep adding one more thing here, one more idea there, until they are spread so thin that nothing actually gets done well. They are everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And nothing compounds because nothing gets consistent attention long enough to grow. Here's a real example. A business owner was posting on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, running a podcast, sending emails twice a week. They were exhausted, as you can imagine. Exhausted. Nothing was growing. And so finally, one day, they stopped everything except one thing. They picked one platform and committed to showing up on that platform every single day for 90 days. But here's what happened. By day 60, their engagement had already doubled. And then by the end of the 90 days, they had more inbound leads than they've ever seen before. They did not add anything else. As you can see, they actually subtracted everything else. And so the lesson here is this. Consistency requires focus. You cannot be consistent at 10 things at once, but you can be absolutely consistent at 1 or 2 things at the most. 1 or 2 things at the most. And those 1 or 2 things done consistently over time will outperform every scattered effort that you've ever made. And so what am I saying? Pick your lane, go deep, and stay there. All right, number 4, willpower alone always lets you down, but systems create consistency. If your consistency depends on how motivated you feel that morning, your business is in serious trouble. Motivation is not a strategy. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days you wake up fired up and ready to take on the world. But other days, you can barely look at your laptop. If your consistency only shows up when your motivation does, then your business only grows when you feel like it. And that is not a business. That's a hobby. The most consistent people in the world are not more motivated than you. They just have better systems than you do. They have blocked out the time on their calendar, and it's not optional. They have created content and scheduled it in batches so that they're not starting from zero every week. They have templates and frameworks and routines that make showing up easier, even on the days that it does not feel easy. They have all these systems in place to make it that much easier. Think about how a baker runs a bakery. They don't just wake up each morning and decide when they feel like baking. The bread gets made because what the system says. The system says it happens at 5 a.m. And so they start making the bread at 5 a.m. because that's what the system says. Their business does not depend on their mood. It depends on their process. And so your takeaway is this. Sit down this week and build the system that makes your consistency automatic. What needs to be scheduled? What needs to be batched? What needs to be simplified so that you can repeat it week after week? Because when you build consistency into your calendar instead of motivation, you remove the biggest reason that most businesses stall. All right, number 5, consistency in your messaging builds a brand that people remember And a brand is what lets you charge more and work less. Why do some people seem to attract clients like a magnet while others are constantly chasing them? It's not because they're smarter. It's not because they have a bigger budget. It is because their message is so consistent that their audience has come to associate them with the one specific thing that they do. When you think about productivity, you think about a specific person. When you think about sales, you think another name pops up. When you think about fitness, you picture a face. This is what brand consistency does. It plants a flag in someone's mind that says, this is the person you think about when you need this. You see, and most business owners change their message every few months. They rebrand when things feel slow. They switch niches when growth stalls. And every time you do that, you're starting the trust building process over from zero. The audience that they had started to build starts to lose clarity about what this person actually stands for. And confused people don't buy. And so the takeaway here is powerful. Pick a message and commit to it. Stick to it. Now, you don't have to be boring about it. It doesn't have to be stale. You can say the same thing, but you can say it in 10 different ways. You can still get creative with the same message. Talk about the core ideas from different angles, with different stories, to different audiences, but stay anchored into the one clear message. And over time, that message becomes a magnet. And what does a magnet do? A magnet attracts. And that is when you stop running after clients and start having them come to you. Okay, let's bring this all the way home. We've covered a lot today, but here's what I need you to walk away remembering. None of this is complicated. It just takes commitment. And so number one, inconsistency is a trust problem, and trust is what makes people buy. 2, compounding works in your favor, but only if you don't quit before the payoff. 3, do fewer things with more focus. Depth beats scattered effort every time. 4, build systems, not willpower. Make consistency automatic, not optional. And number 5, stay consistent in your message. A clear, repeated message becomes a magnet. These are not 5 separate ideas. These are 5 pieces of one machine. And when you run all 5 together consistently, your business stops feeling like a grind and starts feeling like it's finally working the way that it was always supposed to. The people who scale are not superhuman. They are not luckier than you. They are not smarter than you. They just decided to stop stopping. They picked one direction. They stayed in it long enough for the results to show up. And that is the whole secret. And now you know it too. If this video gave you something real, a shift in how you think about business, a new way to see why things have not been growing, then do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, because this channel is built on exactly what we talked about today. I show up here consistently to give you real, practical, no fluff content that actually helps you grow. And if you want more on building systems that allows your business to run without burning yourself out, I want to let you know about the Millionaire Makers Network. It's a community created exclusively for entrepreneurs and business owners. It's a space where like-minded entrepreneurs connect, share strategies, and grow together. The link is in the description below. And before you go, drop a comment below and tell me, what is the one thing that you are committing to staying consistent with in this season of your life or your business? I read every single comment. Let's make each other accountable right here. And I'll leave you with this. The only business strategy that never goes out of style is this one. Show up, do the work, and don't stop. I'll see you in the next video. Let's get to work.